Like they're lining up.
Well, they're excited.
Find the scepter.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome to a new edition of Laying Down the Law. So I'm just getting in from seeing Shazam. Really enjoyed the movie. More so than I thought I would. I saw a whole bunch of people, well, not a whole bunch of people, but a good amount of people that I talked to who either saw it yesterday, Thursday, earlier today, Friday, or a couple of weeks ago when Fandango had their early release. They've been saying good things about it, but I was still waiting to take it with a grain of salt. If you saw my trailer reaction that I did get a bit excited, and I was kind of like, yeah, this does look like it's gonna be pretty good. And after getting out of it, man, was I right. If DC is going to if they follow what they did in Wonder Woman, except the ending part with Ares, because I thought the ending up until the end battle was good, and then the ending was just terrible. Aquaman was a good movie all through. It did have parts where it kind of felt, pacing wise, it wasn't that good, but overall it was a good movie. This one, Shazam, oh man, you have to go see this movie. It is legit. The feels you get from the movie, the comedy, it's so much more lighthearted, kind of like how Aquaman was, but it even more so than that. It's so much more lighthearted, specifically for this, because it's a 14-year-old who's getting superpowers. So imagine being a child, having a childlike mind, and getting superpowers and being able to do all that, all that kind of crazy stuff that you imagined that you could do as a kid. If you're watching this video, I'm assuming because you're a fan of heroes and all that kind of stuff, anime and all that kind of, nerdy kind of stuff, So just imagine that, a 14-year-old getting superpowers and all that goes along with it, and you get that. So my favorite part that doesn't have any spoilers of the movie. My favorite part of the movie is the montage for sure. Billy and Freddy, when Billy first gets his powers and they're testing everything out. And that's not a spoiler because they do show some of that in the trailer. So when they're doing that, and then the store scene, and what they did. So if you saw the trailer, the whole where he gets shot in the bullet immunity thing. It has this part that I liked. It does have spoilers, but if you saw the movie, you know what I'm talking about when they're testing out the bullets and what Billy decides to do when he finds out he's bulletproof after the first shot. Oh man, that had me out of my seat. Well, not literally, but it was hilarious. My theater was busting up. The movie, it's legit, guys. It's legit. DC looks to be, if they're following this type of plan, they look like they're going in the right direction. And granted, it was lighthearted and jokey, but it didn't feel like a Marvel movie. It felt different. It felt like something completely different, which is what I think they had tried to do from the beginning. They tried to make, well, not from the beginning, let me take that back, because they started with the whole dark and gritty world. It still has real world elements, real world feel to it and all of that, but it's just not as dark. They have fun with it. It's not to say fun with it like it's cheesy fun, but it's legitimate fun. Like, you will come out of the movie, you see this big old grin on my face. You will come out of the movie enjoying it, excited for the sequel, ready to see what they're going to do next. It was a good movie, guys. It was really, really good. It's without really giving anything away. Freddy and Billy, they're definitely the highlights of the movie. Well, Billy as it should be, since he's the main guy, but it's really more so Zachary Levi's Billy that's the star, because we spend more time with we spend a bit more time, I feel, after watching it once. I feel you spend a bit more time with Zachary Levi as Shazam than you do with just regular old plain old Billy. With you know, as the kid for. The family feels that you got. Darla, loved her. She comes away as another one of my favorite characters from the movie, and the dad, I forgot what his name was, but I just called him Jerry the whole time because he's from The Walking Dead, Jerry from the Kingdom. Love him as an actor. He kind of felt like Jerry in the movie as well, but just like a father. But you know, Jerry's a father in The Walking Dead, so he kind of felt like that, and I really enjoyed that, getting to see him. It's a good movie, guys. You should definitely go check it out if you're a fan of. I know if you're a fan of superhero movies and all that kind of stuff, I would definitely highly recommend checking it out. Don't let Justice League and Batman vs Superman, if you didn't like those movies, don't let those images stick in your head of what DC is. Trust me, with Aquaman and Shazam, what they look like they're trying to do now, they look like they're going in the right direction. I'm very, very, very excited about what the future is going to hold. Now we get into spoilers. So if you don't want to know anything, if you haven't seen the movie, you should click out now, because now we're gonna get into, you know, stuff that happened, you know, specifics of the movie. So like I was saying, one of my favorite scenes. So two. I have two. The training scene, which didn't really have any spoilers, you know, that's just training. But the store scene, so the scene we saw in the trailer with the whole bullets and shooting and that going along with testing out Billy's powers. Oh my goodness, that was hilarious. So he shoots Billy in the stomach, okay, and they kind of freak out because we don't know. This is the first time he's transformed, so he doesn't know the extent of his powers. So he kind of keels over and freaks. Freddy kind of has a freakish look on his face. The cashier has a kind of whoa look on her face, and then you kind of look and it's like he gets up and you see the bullet drop, and it's like, oh, you got bullet immunity. That's not the best part of that, okay? So afterwards, Billy he gives him the gun back and says, okay, I have bullet immunity. Let's test it out, right? He gives him the gun. He takes the gun. He fires off a couple rounds, and the other guy, they fire off a couple rounds at Billy, and they all just start bouncing off him and falling to the ground, right? Okay. Then here comes Freddy, one of the better parts of the movie, as I said, one of my favorite parts of the movie, one of my favorite characters in the movie, Freddy. He said, okay, let's test to make sure it's not just the suit. So I'm sitting there like, oh God, they're gonna do it. They gonna shoot him. They gonna shoot him in the face. So they said, hey, shoot him in the face. They shot like five or six at Billy's face, and they all just fell to the ground. And then at that point, it's like, oh, you're dead. Knocked him out the window. I mean, it's great. It's fun. It's just like what you'd expect. I keep saying it, but I don't think people really understand that, because they complained when they saw the trailers about how jokey and comic-y and kind of corny it kind of seemed. It makes sense when you sit and watch the movie because of how they do everything with him as a character being 14, and the whole family, everybody, I'm pretty sure except Mary is it's kind of younger, so she's about to, you find out through the course of the movie that she's about to go off to college. She's on the phone getting talking to what are they called, recruitment officers, whatever you want to call them, admissions officers, that's what you call them. She's talking to admission officer at Caltech, I believe it was, because that's where she wanted to go to school. She finds out she gets accepted into the school, but then doesn't really wanna. She's conflicted between leaving and going, and she ends up running into Billy in Shazam form because Billy saves her because she almost gets hit by a truck. So they end up having a talk and a conversation about it, and that's kind of where Billy starts to learn, like, hey, you know, this family thing might not be so bad. He had pushback, huge pushback against what she was saying about she didn't want to leave the family and all that kind of stuff, even though this was her dream and what she wanted to do, go to school there at Caltech. And Billy's like, yeah, strong people, you're strong. You look out for yourself. You don't need a family. But she is like, no, I love my family, what they've done for me, how close we are. It means something to me. And I feel that's like the switch, the spark that gets Billy to start going down the path where he realizes, hey, if having a family might not, having these guys as my family might not be so bad. The other crazy part, you knew it was going to, well, personally, I knew it was going to come, just for the simple fact, he stays with that foster family. So if you've seen Justice League War, he's with the foster family for sure, permanently, not searching for his mother or any of that kind of stuff, So he ends up finding his mother, the family, the kids. When they find out Billy Shazam, they end up finding his mother and all of that kind of stuff. And he goes and he sees her, and he thinks, oh, okay, I finally found my mom. I found her. Now I'm home. This is my home with her. And come to find out, she didn't want him. That's simple. She didn't want him. She talked about how she was 17 and her father kicked her out the house because she had the kid and she didn't know what she was going through. She was all this other kind of stuff, excuses and whatnot. And Billy's just like, oh, wow. And then it's the key point of the whole thing is, in the beginning, you see him with his mother and how he ends up getting lost. And the toy that she wins for him instead of the tiger, and she gives it to him, and she tells him this will always help you find your way home. It's important. It's not, I know you wanted the tiger, but this is more important. This is more valuable than that tiger. And then he shows it to her, and she, what is this? What? And you just like, wow. He realized, okay, yeah, I've been searching for something this whole time, and it wasn't for me. That's not where I really belong. He belongs, and he realizes he belongs with his family, his foster family. That's home. And you kind of, by the end of the movie, you kind of get to that, the realization. The villain Savannah, I liked him. I really did like him. I liked his story arc, his storyline. I thought he was a pretty good villain. Clearly he's going to be back in the sequel, so make sure you stay around for the post-credit scene. It's not a Black Adam post-credit scene, unfortunately. We got a mid-credit scene about Black Adam talking about the champion that had fallen and done all sorts of crazy stuff over the course of time. He was a good villain. His storyline, why he did what he did, his motivations, they felt realistic. They felt real. You got the cool scene where he kind of, where he's with his father and his brother. He ends up meeting the wizard for the first time, and he's told he's not worthy, and that's what sends him down the dark path. So then he ends up coming back after he gets the evil kind of power, the power of the 7 deadly sins, and he comes back and he exacts revenge on his father and brother. That scene, pulling the sands out, that was amazing. I really, really, really like that scene. The aerial stuff with Billy and Savannah fighting, that was really good. It was reminiscent of Superman vs. Zod, which I really liked because it has a feel to it. The way they're flying and going about it, it's awesome. It's great to see. And now for my favorite, I'll end it like this. For my favorite scene of the whole movie, which I knew was going to come during the Shazam series, so I figured maybe it'll get like a trilogy or something, because Black Adam will be involved at some point. But I figured it'll be somewhere down the line. I didn't figure it would be in the first movie, where Billy holds the staff and he tells his foster brothers and sisters to grab onto the staff. So because he goes back and he remembers what happened when the first wizard Shazam gave him his powers, and how he held the staff and say my name and my powers will flow through you, Shazam, and he said it, and Billy got the power. So the craziest part was he does that with his foster brothers and sisters, and they get powers as well. So they turn into the Shazam family officially. And I knew that would happen. sometime later on down the line in the series. I had no idea it would happen in the first movie. So when it happened on screen, I'm just sitting there like, yo, no, this is crazy. They are really gonna do it, and they did it, and they all just, oh man, they all just kicked butt. They fought the 7 deadly sins, defeated Savannah, end all be all, happy family back at their house and everything, and it was just great. Great movie, great. It's just great. It's great. It is so good. I was not expecting it to be this good. This is something I'd actually pay to go see this movie again, not sit and watch it, you know, at home, or when somebody kind of records it and find a website and watch it at home for free. No, this is something I'd pay to go see again. It was that good. And then to wrap it all up, there's a scene at the very end of not the post-credit scene. Only the first post-credit scene is worth staying for, not the second. But you can stay if you want to. Only the first one's worth it, though. I'm throwing that out there right now. But to wrap it all up, there's a scene at the very end of the movie, and I'm not gonna say anything about it, but just pay attention to Billy, Freddy, and the two bullies and the conversations they have. Pay attention to that, and then when you get to the end of the movie, your jaw's gonna drop. You're just gonna be like, wow, they really did this, and it's gonna drive you crazy for what they can do in the future, you know. So I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say anything about that scene. I'll just let you guys go and see that for yourself. But it's a great movie, guys. I highly, highly, highly recommend you guys go check it out whenever you all get a chance to. Thank you guys for tuning in to the video. If you like it, make sure you like the video, the thumbs up button. Like the video. If you got any comments or want to ask anything about the movie, talk about what you guys thought, what you guys think will happen, we'll see, or will happen in sequel movies or anything like that. Hit me up in the comments. If you like it, this is my first review video. I forgot to say that this is my very first review video. I really like doing it because I feel I get to get all my emotions out after just seeing it, so letting you all know right off the bat how I feel about it. So hopefully that there will definitely be more of these, because this was really fun doing. Make sure you subscribe if you want to get more reviews. I mostly do reactions. Like I said, this is my first review, mostly reactions. Want to get into TV show reactions and all that kind of stuff later this month. I'm trying to expand and do more for the channel and whatnot. So if you guys like that kind of stuff, make sure you subscribe, ring the notification bell so you get notified anytime I drop a new video. And I'll see y'all in the next one.
Why me go pay these niggas? Why me go pay these niggas? Ain't finna play with niggas. No. I don't wanna say too much. So just stay out my way. Mommy tell niggas surfs up. And don't you ever ride my way.